So you want to main as Mickey Mouse. Well, are you a newcomer to Disney Speedstorm? Do you hate getting attacked over and over again? Are you a support character? Do you like high execution and boost management? Well, Mickey Mouse, the Diggity Dog himself, is for you. Mickey Mouse is a speedster class character with very low top speed, but is managed by his support capabilities. What he lacks in top speed is very reliant on his other stats to keep him around, such as his acceleration, handling, and boost stats. These are able to make Mickey a very flexible racer on a lot of different tracks. Speaking of the boost stat, that element is what keeps Mickey around for a good portion of the race. Being able to hold his boost stat throughout the entire race while there's a bunch of speed paths that can keep it consistently, along with his unique and his boost item that can keep it around as well. This is what makes Mickey Mouse a very high execution, but also very welcoming for newcomers to the game. Since the boost stat when used in the air, Mickey can keep his boost stat for going for a little bit longer than usual. But now it's time to talk about his kit. Mickey Mouse is unique as 420 Blazing. The normal version, he creates a trail behind him. Anybody who's in the trail increases his speed. Mickey Mouse himself also gets a speed increase while activating it. He cancels his nitro fuel after using it, and that's about it. I'm not sure why anybody would use the normal version of the unique, since the charged version, in my opinion, is basically the exact same thing but with a shield behind him. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that's useful about the normal version that I don't know about. And speaking of the charged unique, let's talk about that. He creates a trail that's behind him. While he's activating the trail, he's also invulnerable. Anybody behind the trail gets a boost, and his nitro fuel is negated while activating it. And that's about it, pretty much in itself. A nice little tech that you can do with Mickey's unique is that you can wait until his fuel is run out and then use his charge unique to get his boost back while going through speed pads. That way, you can keep boosting for the entire race. But how do I play Mickey? During the early games of your races, it's usually best to just keep the front line and hope and pray that you don't get hit by anything. Or at least take the tight turns so that nobody can catch up to you. Because if you do probably get hit by once or twice and you fall at the back of the pack, you're probably not going to be able to catch up. After the early game, it will be you trying to stay alive as well as your opponents, and trying to keep them up to pace. If they pass you, then you've probably done your job. They've probably been able to win the race for you. In short, the idea of winning with Mickey is basically being able to actually make your team win in team mode. If it's solo mode, you're probably going to win by getting a good high placement. But it's going to be a lot harder to do it on your own. As for which crew you want to run, you probably want to run Pluto, Chippendale, the Goat, and Millie and Melody Mouse. You can also decide to run either Pedro or Chief O'Hara as well, but those are slightly alternative picks. Lastly, let's talk about Mickey's good matchups and bad matchups. Now, talking about Mickey's good matchups is kind of interesting, because since Mickey is a support character, that means he has a lot of particular matchups that are good for him, specifically for his team. You can pretty much just run Mickey on any team possible, and depending on what Mickey's team is, he's got good matchups against specific characters depending on everybody else's picks. Mickey Mouse's worser matchups are Elizabeth Swan and Woody. Elizabeth Swan in particular is probably Mickey's worst matchup. This reasoning is because even if Mickey has his charge up, he can still get hit by Elizabeth Swan's unique because it's not counted as a stun. And Woody's lasso can still hit Mickey even though he's invulnerable. He won't get stunned by it, but Woody will still be able to get the boost from it. And before we go, time to show you some quick clips.